You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rudrance for our Black and White Sports 2. Let's talk a little bit about Sportscenter and Monday Night Football. Scott Van Pelt is one of the few actual leftover talents that ESPN has. So much of their talent is gone now. And in order to get Scott Van Pelt to stay, they agreed to give him a flagship Sportscenter, and he is the head guy over there. Well, as big as he is on Sportscenter, he's not as big as Troy Aikman and Joe Buck, okay? They've been together for years and years, doing usually whatever every other week, the game of the week on Fox Sports, and now they're the lead combo over on Monday Night Football. For whatever reason, the ratings have gone up on Monday Night Football since they have shown up. ESPN's been struggling to find an A-team over there, and they finally got one. So last night, after the Monday Night Football games, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman joined Scott Van Pelt for a little after-the-game conversation. Well, last night, it got a little, how to put it, shitty between the two. Okay, leading people to wonder, do Joe Buck and Scott Van Pelt actually hate each other? And we don't know if this was a bit. We don't know if this is something that's been laying in the weeds. We just don't know, but this was cold to say the least. Let's take a little listen to this.
That's it. I get one question. That's all.
Yeah, I decided tonight, Joe, that I wanted to talk to Troy more than you.
I know, but I have to awkwardly stand here while he answers
all right,
questions.
You want me to block him out here? Ask me another one. Come on.
Yeah, but it was warmer tonight. It was warmer tonight, wasn't it? Huh? Warmer?
It sure was. Yep, inside. Inside. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. That was my second question. Yes.
Did you have a good Christmas,
it was warmer
Joe?
inside.
Was it a nice Christmas?
I had a good Christmas. Yeah, little boys had a nice Christmas. I appreciate it. One got a drum set, one got a guitar. That's why I'm happy I'm in Indianapolis tonight.
Yeah, but you got that private jet money, buddy. You'll get home by you'll be home by 11. 11 local.
Yeah, but don't tell Michelle that. I'm going to milk this for another couple of days.
All right.
Exactly
right.
This is really getting awkward, and I'm going to segue out of it. Boy.
Okay. And, Van Pelt even said it seemed a little awkward. Troy Aikman was over there like, oh, Jesus, help us all. Get me out of here. That is kind of crazy. At first, I thought Buck was joking in a swarming way when he said, quote, that's it. I've only got one question, but I have to awkwardly stand here. It's when it shifts to Van Pelt's ask about it being warmer, does Buck just let out the animosity? Van Pelt is obviously provoking Buck by asking such a useless question. I really thought he was kind of trying to build some rapport back in the situation or make light of it, but I don't know. But Buck just grabs the bait and runs with it. This hate looks like it has been simmering for a while. As you look at Troy Aikman's reaction, he gives a nervous giggle when he pushed Buck out of the frame, but then puts on a Mount Rushmore face for the rest of the interaction. Very interesting. Yikes. There is no easier way to know a Gen Xer is pissed off than when they do the point and say, quote, good one. That's code for people born between 64 and 82, when they really mean, I hope you choke to death at your next meal and your family is there to watch. Interesting. The gloves really come off at the end when SVP calls out Buck for being rich, and he is ridiculously rich. Buck tells SVP he thought he wanted the ratings, and SVP reaffirms that it is his show. It's all very weird, seemingly out of nowhere. They even had a pleasant, self-deprecating Twitter exchange in early November, and this was interesting. I watched this earlier. We're not going to watch it now. But it's Todd Zill and Greg Vaughn. We're talking about two guys that hit over 250 home runs each in Major League Baseball. Greg Vaughn actually hit 355 in his career. But this is the 1989 AAA All-Star Game. That is Joe Buck right there in the middle. And they're both kind of making fun of themselves. Seems like a friendly enough exchange, but we got to remember Joe Buck was working for Fox Sports at the time. Maybe this is all some kind of joke between the two guys. Buck has always been someone who seems to want to have edgy comedy, but he finds himself in too deep sometimes. By the way, Joe Buck, he was fantastic. There is a show over on, what is the name of the channel? Damn it, now I forget. But it's a channel I've watched quite a bit, and there's a show called Brockmire, and it stars Hank Azaria as a broadcaster, an old school baseball broadcaster. He's racist as hell. I mean, it is one of the funniest shows. Foul-mouthed, racist, misogynistic. He does drugs, women everywhere, and it is great. Except it got to the last season and went all weird. It aged him a bunch, and I guess we're supposed to be like watching the rest. Honestly, the first 3 seasons are great. I got to that last season, made it through like 2 episodes, and turned it off. I was so disappointed. I was like, what have they done to this show? Maybe I should finish it. Maybe it's a dream. I don't know. And the show also kind of started going woke, so I had to start backpedaling. But anyway, the point being, Joe Buck's in that show, and he hates Brockmire. Brockmire hates him, and there's like a rivalry between Joe Buck and Brockmire on that show. Joe Buck's funny in that show, okay? Very funny. Kind of, the show is wildly crude, okay? I mean, it is rated hard R for some very vulgar-ass shit in the show. And it's great. It is highly hilarious. I'm not offended by any of it. But Joe Buck fully participates in that, and he's hilarious in it. So I don't know if they hate each other or not. I, personally speaking, am going to lean towards no. They're just a couple of dudes giving each other the quote-unquote the business. Is anybody old enough to know what I'm giving him the business? What that means? Maybe. Some old guys will know what I'm talking about. Anyway, tell me what you think. Black and White Sports 2 supporters, do you believe that Joe Buck and Scott Van Pelt hate each other to the core, the deepest cores of the lava inside Earth? I'm not so sure. I really am not so sure. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Black and White Network supporters, make sure you go over and check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. 25% off USA First. 25% off USA First. Go now.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.